What's up, guys? Fellek here with the InnerGeekZone.com, and today we're going to be taking our first look at Rift Storm Legion. This is the first expansion for the MMO Rift from Tryon Worlds, and it does introduce a ton of new content in the game, so we're going to jump in and see what all Storm Legion has to offer. So what do we mean when we say tons of new content in an expansion? Well, for starters, let's say 2 new continents that more than triple the size of the existing game world. Among the new zones is a new city hub for both Guardians and Defiance to share, and it is by far larger than any city that exists so far in Rift, and to me personally is one of the more impressive things in the game. These brand new zones are full of content including quests and instant adventures, as well as all new rifts and invasions for players to take part in. 7 new dungeons, 3 new raids, and a brand new chronicle. There's a spectacular new player housing system called Dimensions. The level cap has of course been raised. It's now 10 levels higher, bringing the overall level cap to 60. And each of the 4 callings in Rift have received a new soul apiece. So as you can tell, there is lots and lots of new shiny in Storm Legion, and we're going to take a look at some of it and give some first impressions on what we've seen so far. We'll start out by taking a look at questing in Storm Legion and talk a little bit about how they've done a really good job of leaving you out in the world adventuring and spending less time running back and forth between quest givers. There are, of course, main questing hubs in Storm Legion, but these primarily give you the main story quest for the zone that you're in. These are the main quests that tell you why you're here, what you're doing to help, and what's going on in the zone that you're adventuring in. Many of your other types of quests are going to be picked up actually out in the world as you adventure through it. Carnage quests, for example, are your typical kill 10 rats type quests, and they're picked up the first time that you kill a new type of enemy mob. There are also other types of quests out in the world for you to discover. To activate these, all you have to do is interact with the object, accept the quest, and it's automatically added to your quest log, and all you have to do is go around and complete the objective that you're given. The great thing about these quests that you find out in the world is that all you have to do to complete them and receive your rewards is actually complete the objective, and then you'll be given a prompt on the screen to finish the quest, and then you receive your monetary and XP rewards immediately. It really is a great system that keeps a nice smooth flow of questing and keeps you out in the world exploring, adventuring, and doing more of the things that you want to do with your time. And man, oh man, do you have some spectacular zones to adventure and quest in. Storm Legion has lots of new areas and zones to explore, each with its own unique feel and ambiance, and each one is absolutely gorgeous. The developers have done a great job of really spending a lot of time on the detail work and making everything look as awesome as possible. And by far, of all the new areas introduced in Storm Legion, Tempest Bay has got to be the most spectacular one of all. This is the humongous new capital city that is shared between both the Guardians and the Defiance. Everything you could ever want is in this city. It is humongous. It is absolutely gorgeous to look at. And the first time I arrived, I spent probably 45 minutes just roaming around, exploring, seeing what all was there, finding all the NPCs and everything I would need, and just soaking it all in and really loving the detail and all the gorgeous texture work and just all the hard work that developers put into the new city. What you're seeing in the video here is a good chunk of the city, but it's by far not all of it. There is more to see. There's a lot going on here, and it is definitely way larger than any other city that's in the game right now. As you can see, we've come into our second large open area here, and there's more to see besides that. Each of the 4 callings received a new soul in Storm Legion, giving each calling a bit of a unique approach to combat than what they're typically used to. Let's take a quick look at each one and give a bit of a basic overview of what each one is supposed to accomplish. The warrior's new soul is called the Tempest, and it provides the warrior the ability to attack his enemies from a distance. Speaking into this tree will give you the ability to use magical attacks and gives you a playstyle of something more similar to a mage. If you love the warrior but you're tired of shield bashing things in the face, this may be the new soul for you. While the cleric's new soul is primarily another healing tree, it does give you the ability to do so in a different manner. The Defiler soul allows the cleric to have links to their allies, which helps them absorb the damage that the ally is taking as well as mitigate it, and of course the tree also has some very capable offensive abilities in it as well. The Tactician's soul adds a lot of flexibility and utility to the rogue calling, giving you a wide variety of abilities including AoE damage, as well as great synergy with the Bard tree to do a much better job of support healing and really helping your allies through a fight. And last but certainly not least is the Mage's new soul, the Harbinger. The Harbinger gives the Mage the ability to summon an energy weapon and get into melee combat. The Harbinger synergizes well with the Mage's other souls, allowing them to instant cast a lot of the nukes from some of the other trees, giving them the ability to use those abilities in a melee type rotation. And the final thing we'll take a look at in this first look is the Dimensions player housing system. Your character can purchase and own a slice of Telara inside an alternate dimension, and it's pretty much an identical replica of an existing area within the game. The developers have stripped away a few of the things to leave you a little more open area to build some things in and kind of create things the way you want. But for the most part, if you're in an area that you've seen within the game, you can look around like here just outside of Kalari Refuge, and you can see all the things that you would see if you were in the actual game and not just in your instance dimension area. This particular dimension that we're looking at has an existing structure already in it, but you can also get dimensions that basically don't have much of anything in them at all, and you can build your own structures such as houses or mazes or ships, or there's just a great variety of things that players have built. And with the great tools that have been included with the dimensions, you've really got the freedom to let your imagination kind of be your guide, and the only limits are the things that you can think up. The way the system works is that you start with some basic building blocks like wood planks or stone tiles, and you can scale them up or down, move them in any direction, rotate them, change the angle that they're at, and place them anywhere in the world, even just up in the sky if you want to do it that way. Things don't necessarily have to be stacked on top of each other to be built up. You can use these basic building blocks to create a wide variety of things, and then you place items such as this torch here that we're moving around right now, and you can move it around and put it where you want to within either your structure, the existing structures, or just out in the world, or just hanging up in the sky if you'd like. There are, of course, plenty of different items that you can use to decorate your structures once you finish building the things that you want. And there's even an NPC or two. I know there's a bartender that you can incorporate, and you can talk to him and he'll serve drinks to any of your guests. Your dimensions are free for your friends, guildmates, or just anybody in the public to visit. You have permissions that you can set up that determines who can come in and out of your dimension and who can do what or not do anything while they're there. There's a very high degree of flexibility in the dimension system, and I'm sure that things are just going to be expanded and improved, and this thing is just going to get better and better as time goes on. The video you're seeing here is an excerpt from an in-depth dimensions video that we've got on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. You can head over and check that out if you want to see more about dimensions and see a wider variety of the things that you can do and build within your dimension, as well as take a tour of what some of the other players have built and kind of see some of the possibilities that are out there. Well, that's going to do it for our first look video of Rift Storm Legion. There is still a lot more content and a lot more things to do than we've necessarily looked at in detail in this video. As time goes on, as we get into those things, we'll look at some individual things in separate videos, such as some of the dungeons and some of the later level zones and some of the max level content available in the game. Overall, though, Tryon has done a great job with this expansion. There's a very high level of quality, and the amount of content available exceeds that of even some entire games that are out. And if you're interested in but have never played Rift before, you should also know that if you buy the expansion, the base game also comes with it. So you're not going to have to buy 2 boxes, 2 different games, 30, 40 bucks a piece to buy it. All you got to do is get the expansion, and you're good to go from level 1 all the way to level 60 and beyond. This is definitely the best expansion to come out for any MMO in recent memory, and proving once again that Rift is one of the most underrated and underappreciated MMOs on the market, except for those players who play the game and absolutely love it and love Tryon for the amount of quality and the amount of content that they put out on a very regular basis. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if so, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button for me. That always helps out. You can head over to our main channel and subscribe to check out all the other first look videos we've got for several different games, as well as to get notified anytime a new video comes out and have it sent directly to your inbox. We've also got a blog over at theinnergeekzone.com. You can stop by, check it out. We do live streaming, we write articles, we put videos up there. You can check out all the latest at theinnergeekzone.com. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And we will see you next time.